We are about to embark on a trip to England, which will start here at the Charlotte International Airport. We're waiting to board this Bombardier CRJ 900, operated by Endeavour Air and flown under the Delta Airlines livery as Delta Flight 4905. This aircraft carries around 70 passengers and will take us on the first leg of our journey, which will take about 1.5 hours to the John F. Kennedy Airport in New York City. After a 4.5-hour layover at JFK, it's coming up to 8 p.m., and we've just boarded Virgin Atlantic's Flight 128, an Airbus A350-1000, lit inside with this funky purple lighting scheme, which will be taking us across the pond once everyone is on board and the aircraft is buttoned up. Everyone's aboard, and the ground crew is now preparing for pushback. We're taxiing out for departure on runway 4 left, which is 12,000 feet in length and will launch us to the northeast for the 7-hour flight to Manchester, England. I am totally loving these exterior camera views of the aircraft. After a 7-hour flight and crossing 5 time zones, we're coming up to 8 a.m. in the morning, and we're now on approach to runway 23 right at Manchester. You can see it's a damp, rainy morning here in Western England. Okay, wheels and flaps down, and we're on about a 1-mile final, landing to the southwest on runway 23 right. As the spoilers retract, we exit the runway here at Bravo 1. And we are now officially in England. Our first day was spent with no specific plans. Matt, our host, treated us to a drive around County Cheshire, eventually bringing us to the village of Tatton Hall, around 8 miles southeast of the city of Chester. We park along the side of High Street and set off on foot to explore this amazing Old English village. Our first find was St. Albans Church, which is part of the Church of England, and at least at one time, churches like this were considered the town center. Well, that looks like a nice invitation if I ever did see one. So let's go inside. Most of what you see today was built in the last 500 years. However, historians believe a church existed on this site as far back as the Norman Conquest, which was 1,000 years ago. The The stained glass windows here on the east wall dates to 1870. And what old church wouldn't be complete without a pipe organ? The dedication reads, "In honor of the glorious resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ, and in affectionate remembrance of Janet Andrew Barber, widow of Robert Barber, Esquire of Bolesworth Castle, who died 4 May 1896, in the 90th year of her age. George Barber, her son, dedicates this window." During a remodeling in the late 1860s, the ruins of an earlier church were discovered. Also, found under the floor of the church was an unmarked coffin containing human bones, plus, just outside the church's north wall, the skeletal remains of a large man were unearthed. An interesting history for sure. As we continue strolling the town, we are treated to a variety of interesting Old English architecture, like the half-timber architectural style of this building. Down the road a bit further is what looks like to be a former church building of some sort, which has been repurposed as a preschool, among other things. Looks like the town's one-time butcher shop. These old English towns might be thought of as museums in their own right. Most have an abundance of buildings and architectural styles, which haven't just lasted the centuries, they're still in use today. Remember, life is a journey. Enjoy the ride, and thanks for watching.